Rodney, hey, congratulations on Glitch in the Matrix.
Well, thanks, Gig. I appreciate that.
Hey, so tell me, you've done a lot of documentaries before, but why did you want to do a documentary on, life simulation, we could say?
Yeah. Well, I mean, a couple of reasons. I mean, for one, it is an idea that once you start thinking about it, it is hard to stop. And that's always a good clue that there's going to be enough material there for an entire movie. But, even though we began this movie, in 2019, before things got really weird, the notion that things were spiraling out of control in a way that suggested, that there was somebody was writing this story that we were in, and it was, and that there was an unreal quality about it, made it feel kind of relevant. Was also excited to sort of move from the nightmare, which is kind of a horror documentary, to something that could be like a science fiction one as the next step.
So where did you find your subjects to be interviewed, and why did you want to use avatars rather than the real faces for an anonymity?
Yeah, well, they found us, right? At least those four characters that we use the avatars for, that we announced that we were making the movie, and we set up a Facebook page and a sign-up sheet, and people who had really interesting stories and really interesting thoughts reached out to us, which makes it a hell of a lot easier. And then there's another group of people that we approached based on things that books, articles, and pieces that they had written that suggested that they would have an interesting angle on the subject. And the whole notion of avatars seemed like kind of a fun way to mess with the language of documentary, of to break out of the typical talking heads kind of thing, especially as a way to kind of reflect on the way that even in my own day-to-day life, I'm often communicating with emojis and GIFs, or I'm, in a video game or watching my son play the video game, and he's some giant Roman cyborg, but his 10-year-old voice is coming out of it. And to see that sort of the disconnect of a naturalistic human voice coming out of a fantastical character was both kind of fun, but also seemed to talk about, the way that people are starting to communicate more inside of these virtual spaces.
Excellent. Well, let me wrap it up with one more thing with you, because obviously you're talking about all of this through a press junket. So you're talking to multiple people, and given what's going on in the past year, do you think I'm real? Do you think you're in a simulation right now?
Well, I think it's a healthy thing to believe. Although I'm certainly interacting with you, in a square of 720 by 480 pixels across. But I'm going to take the initiative and assume that there's a real person on the other side of this somewhere, that's sending it my way.
Absolutely. Well, once again, congratulations for Glitch in the Matrix, and also congratulations for making it to Sundance with your documentary, and that's a great feat by itself.
Yeah, no, thanks. I feel very lucky.
Excellent. Well, hey, thank you very much. Appreciate the time you conversing with me. Thank you, Ron.
Oh, thanks for your interest in the movie.
Thank you. Bye now.